And we are live. It is Sunday, June the 21st, 2020. It is 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. in the UK for our UK watchers that are also night birds or the unemployed. Welcome to the third annual Father's Day special. I'm Ben, and I have as my guest my dad, Dave Coombs.
Yeah. Why am I not having a nap? It's 8 o'clock.
This is the thing, right? Yeah, you nap. Well, I go live and he naps because he's like, well, I can't use the internet anyway, so I might as well nap. Let's see. Wow, we already got a bunch of people in here.
How y'all doing?
Let's see. Starting in the chat, we have Martin's in the chat, who is not here because it's 2 in the morning for him. He's in Austria, so he just wanted to tell us to have a good show. Then there's Amanda, lovely sister.
Oh, yeah, I know her.
Yeah, we know her. Yeah.
I like her.
Susie Cherry, Jay Steen, Jack Collins, Nikki X, Absolute Mayhem. You know Mayhem.
I do.
Let's see here. We've got T-Mit73. We've got Robot Master Switch. Scrolling. Charles 75N is in the house. Brian Landreth, JP Page 2. Christopher, how you doing? I can't pronounce that last name. Yileskus? Sorry. Let's see who else we have. There's Terry's 3Gs. He's consolidated his name. Thomas Santiago. I always have to sing his name. Pride of Buffalo, that man. Pride of Buffalo right there. There we are. All right. We are caught up in the chat. Oh, there's Cousin Doug in the chat.
Hey, Cousin Doug.
Talking about beer. Sleevens now has a beer case that turns into a cornhole board. What? I may have heard of that somewhere.
Really?
Maybe.
Canadian product.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we're taking over that sport too, apparently.
Could be.
First it was baseball.
Yeah.
And basketball.
Next thing you know,
now cornhole.
Playing it with a stick.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, wrist shots.
Yeah, with skates.
Vance Hicks, good to see you, man. So, yes, if you have any questions for myself or my dad, ask away. We talk about this, that, or the other thing. There's John, ZD351, tuning in from Australia. Nice. Good crowd already.
The real South.
The real South, yeah. The deep South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Happy winter solstice to you. Hey, BV Ninja, salut mon ami. BV tuning in from Switzerland. Legend that he is. Lovely Janice says Laz Raid. Awesome. Yes, I should mention, technically Laz was the first to type in the chat this morning. I told you about that. He saw the thumbnail and said Dad was a cross between Chuck Norris and Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Now, he didn't mention if it was the $1 Million Man or Stone Cold Steve Austin, so we don't know.
Yeah. Now I'm just a cross between both those guys gone to hell.
Hey, Fruitcake Tony's here. Nice. Awesome. Robot Master Switch says, favorite guitars and favorite cars. You and your dad.
Hello.
All right.
Well, that's obvious.
I think so.
He owns the one that I used to own, Guitar Bots.
And it's still my favorite style.
Telecaster 67. That one over there.
Oh. There we go, folks.
Nothing exciting, but a great workhorse.
Yep. You can do anything on one of these.
Paid for itself a few times over.
Yeah, imagine that.
It was about $350. I think I paid for that in '67. And but I lost money because I had to give it to him.
Hell, I've even paid for that thing and gigging with it.
Anyway,
I think I might have made
that. And my car, my daily driver car, is a '54 Ford Coupe with a '69 Mustang 302 motor in it.
Which there's a video on that car on the channel.
There you go.
Hey, Brad Miller.
Check it out.
Good to see you, man. I see sneak in here. Blackjack Guitar Nut, BC Rich 581. Nice. All right. And yeah, for myself, Telly and favorite car. I change it so like my moods.
One that runs.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, lately I've been really digging 67 Cadillacs.
Have you?
Yeah.
A land yacht,
Mm-hmm.
a boat. They float.
The whole band could fit in it.
They float down
They
the
do.
road.
That
Oh,
they
they're
do.
lovely. Remember, I went. Jimmy and I went to the East Coast in a '58.
Right.
Man, that thing floated down the highway. '58 Cadillac 60 Special, dusty rose color. Everybody thought I was Elvis Presley.
We are getting compliments on the video quality tonight. That's because we have some chicanery afoot to make it so.
Because the camera is terrified of me.
Robot Masterwish says 54 Ford Coupe, daily driver. I like your dad's style. Exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of like a sled, you know.
Dang, Bent Tom coming in like a champ. It says here, you raised a fine man, Mr. Coombs.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tom.
It was always my intention to have a replacement.
Hey, Aaron from Albus Band. And I saw another question. Oh, actually, and John ZD351 says, Where'd it go? Hang on. There it is. Despite the 351 in my screen name, my old Fords were all 302s. I still miss all three of them. Those would be Australian 302s at that.
Yeah, good motor.
Yeah, strong.
Well, the American version. I would think that the Australian version is the same.
Probably. Somebody had also asked, favorite pedal?
Gas.
I think you meant effects pedal.
Oh, okay.
But there we go. The gas pedal.
Yeah. You want to know my favorite pedal? I never use pedals. I was going to say something nasty there, but I'm not.
Yeah. And for me, it seems like all of them. I don't know. Favorite pedal?
Distortion.
Yeah. This crowd, you got to be a little more
specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Because it's been my go-to for that cleans into like that Lawrence Petross Lost Dutchman. It's just beautiful. Well, it would give you that nice edge of breakup that you're, and just warm.
Okay.
Lots of warm mids.
Pedals.
Do you have any vids with your dad playing? There was that one VHS tape floating around years ago. If we ever found it, we'd figure out a way to get it up.
I don't know if I ever had a copy of that. Yeah. There were a bunch of them out there, but like, I wasn't one for photographs.
No.
Keeping photographs or videos or
and
any of that stuff.
You pretty much stopped from playing in 86, 87. So that was when we were just getting into video cameras.
Some into the 90s, but only
one-offs.
Yeah.
Guest
special events.
Hey, Big G, Gary Tholander in the house. A bunch of people mentioned Lawrence Petross's 87. Go figure, because it's a Marshall stack and box.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. Janice asks if you're still playing.
You or me?
You.
Me? No. No, I retired from playing and gave all my gear to this guy. Why? Because he's better at it than I was.
I don't know about that, but different, but I don't know better. Hey, Laz, can you see him, a man?
But he doesn't sing.
I try.
As well.
No, that's true.
Okay.
The funny part is I just started coming to my own and singing the last 2 gigs I ever did.
So the idea of fronting the band, it better be
instrumental.
The Ventures.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'd love to do like a Ventures.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
Sure. Anyway.
Here we go. BV. Now Pete and Tim's Tone Talk is July 24th, providing no more working rearrangements. Awesome. There is some mention of that during Pete Thorne's live stream earlier today. So not even playing for fun around the house anymore. You pick up Sam's guitar once in a blue moon?
Not really. I have never been a creature of habit. And so, but I would say, and I've said it before, one of the most difficult things I've ever had to give up or quit was playing. I love to perform. I loved on stage. The only part I didn't like was 2 o'clock in the morning loading the truck.
Yeah, load out.
So that wasn't thrilling. But other than that, yeah, that was the most difficult thing. I stopped smoking cold turkey. I stopped drinking cold turkey. I stopped a lot of things. But that was the most difficult thing. Was that the question?
I thought, yeah, I think so.
If I get off the track, somebody put me back on because I have been known to derail often.
Hey, Guitar Man 45. Who asked it here? We are. Teammate 73 asks, what age did you guys start playing respectively?
Well, have you ever seen a painting of the Last Supper, Jesus and the disciples at the Last Supper? If you look real hard in the background, and you look at the band, I was playing in the band. There we are.
For me, it was 14.
Actually, I don't remember. Well, let's see. 60s, early 60s, very early 60s. 63 and
Philly G. I think. Hey, there's Cousin Kelly in the chat.
High school.
Nice. Welcome, Cousin Kelly.
Cousin Kelly. Love her. She is an amazing woman. And she has 2 amazing sons.
Like she does.
And I hope they have good careers because I can use a few bucks from time to time.
Ain't that the truth?
And support Uncle Dave.
Yes.
My Ford may need a water pump.
Yeah. Well, we got Gary in the chat. Gary can hook us up.
All right.
Wholesale auto parts.
Oh, well. Does he need to be adopted, or do you think he's an orphan? I'm available.
There we are.
You can adopt me, and I'll bring my car.
Mayhem. Geez, it's actually bigger here because I got the chat blown up. Happy 2020 Father's Day. Question for Ben Sr.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was there a guitar you wish you kept? Same question for cars.
Absolutely.
So a guitar and a car that you had that you regret getting rid of.
Probably the Gretsch.
Right.
What was that?
That was a 59 Duojet.
59 Duojet with gold-plated hardware. It was like $900 in 59. And I didn't need it. It played. Whoa, you talk about lightning. Whew. Anyway, but I didn't need it because I had my Telecaster, and that was everything. So I sold it. That's probably the only guitar I wish I had kept. Car-wise, yeah, lots of them. I had a really nice 50 Ford Coupe when I was in high school. Dark green, black Naugahyde, rolled and pleated interior.
Aaron just like, yeah, Ben wishes he kept it too. Yeah, 59 Duojet. Oh, look out.
Yeah.
That'd be a rockabilly machine.
I think I sold that, Doug. Your father was responsible for me selling that guitar. Your father made me sell that guitar because he worked for a guy whose son apparently was starting to play in a rock band, and he needed a good guitar, and he wanted to know if I knew where there was one. And I turned around and picked up that Gretsch, and I said, take this to him, let him try it out, and if he likes it, I'll sell it to him. And I never saw it again.
Hey, welcome, Six String Brian, Keith H, Mr. Milt's in the chat. Good to see Milt.
Hey, Milton.
Maurice DeBert,
oldest son,
joining in late, asked, "Did you ever give your son a guitar?" Yes, we discussed earlier the '67 Telly.
Actually, I gave my son all my gear. Anything I had became his.
And what do we got here?
I kept nothing.
No. Bent Tom asks, what are your dad's thoughts on the green trees? I suppose green trees. I got my mom to switch from prescribed opiates to cannabis for her severe arthritis. Thoughts on medical marijuana?
Well,
and thank you for the donation, Tom.
I would think that if it works, do it. That's simple. Whatever it is, if it works for you, do it. As long as it doesn't distort who you are, you know. But
which a lot of those opiates do.
A lot of them do, and they're addictive. You know, like I don't have an addictive personality, but I avoid certain things.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, metal works.
And you know, I have arthritis. I've had knee issues. You know, and
howdy, PJ and the beard.
I avoid that kind of thing.
Fruitcake Tony says, Ben, I've rebought the guitars that I let go long ago, but it just ain't got the cash to buy the cars I let go. Or the room, probably.
Well, usually there was a reason for getting rid of a car, you know, and fortunately, I've had some interesting cars that today, of course, you know, everything eventually becomes a classic and a collectible.
Doug says, okay, not my fault. LOL. No.
No, it isn't. You weren't even around then, Doug.
Marks those images. Hello, my friend. He says, happy Father's Day to the dads. All the best, one and all.
Thank you.
Tuning in, I believe he's either in Vancouver or on Vancouver Island. Awesome. We got 45 people tuned in. Let's see here. BC Rich 581 says, my daughter is so meh about all of my instruments, but she's only 6, so there's still time. Yes, there is.
Absolutely. All you have to do is teach some respect.
Exactly.
Respect for the instrument.
Oh, dear Lord. Quentin James himself is in the house.
Hello.
The wild man from Louisville.
There you go.
The slinger of Strats.
Mm-hmm.
Already talking to each other. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, I know I wanted to bring up. Last time you were on,
yes, sir,
we discussed actually quite extensively Mr. John Prine.
Oh, John.
So I wanted to give a shout out to John Prine.
Rest in peace.
Yes. Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, John. Actually, I was last night. One of my Facebook friends, Art Adams.
Art Adams.
He's out of Indiana, originally out of Kentucky, and he's a member of the Rockabilly Hall of Fame.
As he should be.
And he's still performing.
Nice.
He's been, I think his first record was in 57 or 58 or something like that. Anyway, Art recorded the John Prine song.
Oh, okay.
And did a rockabilly version.
Oh, nice.
Of the song, and
I gotta check that out.
So I thanked him for posting it, and so he said he hoped that John would like it.
I think he would.
I said he would have loved it. John never forgot his rockabilly roots.
Right.
And that was a huge loss for a lot of people.
Yeah.
When John passed away.
I saw in here. Let's see. Lost a few things there. Oh, Brian Landreth is in the chat. He's right there in Rockabilly Central. He's just over the border in Arkansas from Memphis.
All right. Well, that's where everybody lives.
Yeah, and he and I have talked a few times, and he gets out. He does a lot of the open mic blues jams down there that are just howling.
Well, he must know CW.
It's a good question. Brian, you in the chat. Do you know CW Gatlin?
Tommy Ray Gatlin
Tommy Ray.
is his son, is a drummer. CW is a blues man. Rockabilly Hall of Fame.
Maurice DeBert says, tell us an embarrassingly cute story about your son. Really? Really?
Embarrassingly cute?
Oh, God. I don't know.
Real short story. When he wasn't, how should we say?
Hey, Sandra. Dennis.
When he wasn't being the best. You know, he was getting out of control or whatever. I would chase him up the stairs and say, I'm going to give you a dance lesson.
That's true. Yep. Team Mitz is planning on checking out some John Prine because Amanda and I turned him on to the band Sloan.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, you guys know your music. So
yeah, John's a great writer and a really nice guy.
Yep.
No,
just saw 59 Gretsch on Reverb. Nice. Yeah. They're all nice.
Yeah, it had like a floating bridge.
Right.
That for me, I like to rest my hand on the bridge.
If you could only have one meal every day forever, what would it be and why is it pizza? Okay.
I don't think it would be pizza. That's for sure.
That's a good question. I don't know.
One meal forever?
Yeah.
Probably steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs. Nice. Milt was asking if you've had the 54 out.
I have. It's parked in the driveway, Milton. The keys are here when you're in town. Anytime, son. You want to take it out? Impress your friends? Pay for repairs? I've got CAA.
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine.
PJ in the Beard says, sounds like the guy Brian's been recording with. What if Brian's recording with Tommy Ray?
Tommy Ray Gatlin is a drummer.
It's quite possible.
Heavy set guy. Used to be a volunteer fireman, but he retired from that.
Hey, Rick Hefner's here. We got 61 people here.
Smoked pork, I think is his big thing.
Yes, welcome all joining in here.
On Facebook, CW Gatlin group.
Tom asked, did CW wear a black hat and sunglasses?
That would be him.
Yeah.
That would be,
the
he's
Serengetis, you know.
He's a very close friend to Levon Helm and Ronnie Hawkins. Of course, all those guys grew up there. You would know that. In Arkansas, and he knew Johnny Cash fairly well.
Dana, New Jersey.
And CW did a tour.
Mm-hmm. Mitch Heyman?
With the band.
Yes. Which I only just recently found out about.
And yeah. Butch Jenner was the road manager for the band. And they're very close.
PJ, actually, it's probably the Beard. He says, I think he said something about the guy that runs his jams being in the Rockabilly Hall of Fame.
Could be. There are a lot of guys from that area.
Yeah.
A lot of guys.
I think Brian is in the Helena area.
West Helena. It's only, what, 25 miles or something from Memphis?
Yeah.
50 miles?
Yeah, I think that's literally, Brian.
West Helena it used to be called, but I think it's just Helena now.
Yeah. Although I'm not, I'm thinking Brian might be just listening in because he does long haul trucking.
Sure.
And so he tunes in and we're his soundtrack while he gets down the road.
That's cool.
Yeah, you always tell he's working because you always say, go another hour. I got 200 miles in. Get me there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, some of those nights when I'm talking all night, it's because, we're keeping Brian company while he does his 500 daily miles.
Absolutely. Well, Milt's a trucker.
Yep.
He works, that's not his main career, but he does drive.
Yep.
Across the border.
Sandra was asking if the two of us sing. He sings, I try.
I started out singing probably when I was 6 or 7 years old, and on stage.
Nice. Milt wants to take guitar out this summer.
Started playing when I was in my early teens. So mostly known as a harmony singer. And so, but also lots of lead singing.
Wow, Boner Jams coming in like a storm. Good to see you, man. He says, did someone say jams? Happy Father's Day to all the dads in the chat. Happy Father's Day to Mr. Coombs. You've raised some great kids, sir.
By the way, my father was Mr. Coombs. My name is Dave.
Let's see, we made it almost 26 minutes before someone made that mistake. Almost. Yeah, that's right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, Milt says, I'd love that. Look forward to coming home sometime this summer. Nice. And I see people are trying to get us to do a duet from the chat. And no. Hey, there is one. Happy Father's Day from Sydney, Nova Scotia.
Downtown or in the suburbs?
He's the one that sent us the care package.
Hello, yeah. Right, yeah. I'm an Ashby boy, did I tell you?
Yeah, it seems to be his family lived one street over from you, the Tobins.
The Tobins.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew the Tobins.
Yeah.
On Mechanic Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Did we?
Yeah, on the first show.
I don't remember yesterday.
I think that was 2 years ago, yeah.
We talked about that. Yeah.
He says downtown.
Yes, downtown Ashby,
yeah,
right there.
Downtown.
That's where I lived. Downtown Ashby.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, good to see you, Chad. And Doug says down by the Steel City.
No.
See, you're wrong, Doug. See, you tried. You tried.
No. One street over from the Legion.
One street over from the... There we go. 2 years. Wow. Yeah, I think... I'm trying to think. I think that was the first show together. Yeah. That would have been 2 years ago, because this is the 3rd annual.
Okay.
Nice.
Good.
Hey, Half Ace. Let's see. Question. Okay, is that for both of us or just me, Mayhem? It says, question, favorite song to play and least favorite song to play?
Favorite song to play. Favorite song to sing and play, I guess. Well, when I was playing, if you didn't do Johnny Be Good, you better not show up. Favorite or the least favorite?
Looks like Boner James is headed out, just like he came in like a storm. He says, have a great night, guys. Going swimming with my kids, then purchasing my first Halloween prop of 2020. I appreciate you tuning in,
Thanks for coming out.
And thanks for the donation as well.
Appreciate it.
Really do.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got 71 watching now. Wow.
What was the question about favorite song?
Favorite and least favorites to play.
Oh, the least favorite. Probably anything involving a polka.
Yeah.
Yes, the chicken dance.
I used to love playing. What's it called? Let Me Roll It.
Let It
Paul McCartney. Let It Roll. Paul McCartney song.
Oh, no, Let It Roll. Some older
song. I can never remember the name of the song. Love playing that song. Love playing that one.
What's Chuck Berry song?
Just on my own, Mystery Train. Love playing Mystery
Train.
Great. It's funny. Every time I grab a Fender guitar in a music store, especially a Tele, that's the first lick I go for.
Yeah, usually, the favorites of, like I'm a rockabilly, rock and roll kind of guy, and anything that has a Memphis beat I jump in on that.
Cousin Kelly asked if we can play the Coronation Street theme. I cannot play music that depressing.
I don't remember it. I've shut it out.
Yeah. Fruitcake Tony's going out to walk the wieners, and he'll pop back in.
And I don't think you ever hear that tune on this floor.
No, you don't.
It's all on the upper floor of this building.
Yep. No thanks. Least favorite to play.
Least favorite.
Oh yeah. There's a couple. Let me think.
Like I said, anything.
Red Rider, Lunatic Fringe. They used to get hand cramps playing that song. And there's another one that I used to butcher all the time. I can't think of it. What is a Memphis beat like?
You don't know?
There you go, T-Mets. You got that right there. You don't know. Look it up. There's your homework. Dang.
Gets in your blood, son.
Les.
That Memphis beat.
Yes. Aunt Maggie can play it for you. No, that's okay. I'm good.
Nope, we're good.
Let's see here. Les, donation to the channel. Ben, buy Dave a beer on me if he drinks beers, otherwise a coffee or something. We can do that.
Thank you so much.
Actually, I'm due to get some more coffee, and I do make the coffee every morning.
I don't like beer.
Mustang Sally, yeah,
Never
it once.
Never acquired a taste for it. I acquired a taste for alcohol when I was a young man, when I was a teenager, and by the time I was 25, I'd had enough alcohol.
Southern Metalhead says, my wife and my daughter asked me, and first of all, welcome Southern Metalhead. He says, my wife and daughter asked me, what do you want for Father's Day? Indeed, I said a guitar, and they said no. Well, that wasn't very nice.
Well, you could buy yourself one.
Let's see here. Milt says, Dave, I remember a song you sang while we worked in the restaurant. I remember a few of the words in the S, he says. Okay.
I remember
I'm not sure. It looks like for Mars Man, Proud Mary, he says. I can see that.
Yeah.
There's some turnarounds and such in there.
I'll tell you a song that I used to sing in the restaurant all the time because for no other reason other than to break the mood.
Hey, Duff Jacks.
Was In the Summertime. When all the trees and leaves are green and the redbird sings all the blue. Because you don't want my love. Roger Miller.
Thanks for distracting me, Tom. I'll reply to that after. Bastard.
Cool.
You got me good. Let's see here. I think Les is referring to the Memphis comment because he says, I remember Dave saying something about that last year. Let's see here. Where'd it go? Last year, that was an awesome live stream, too. The internet says Memphis Beat is a cop TV drama on TNT Network. Yeah, not that one.
Yeah. What you want to do, I'll tell you what you do.
Look up
get an old Jerry Lee Lewis album. Listen to the cut. Actually, he had an album called Memphis Beat, if I recall correctly, about the mid-'60s. And listen to his left hand.
Yeah. And check out some Carl Perkins, too.
And Carl Perkins.
Southern Metalhead says, I was kidding with my wife. I just got a Dan Electro for myself. My wife and my daughter gave me a beautiful pair of shoes.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Yeah, you can always use a pair of shoes, right?
Les is asking your favorite song to play and why. What would have been your favorite to play?
Right, so like I said, I like to do Johnny Be Good.
Some upbeat stuff.
Because it was, when I started out, I played Johnny Be Good, I guess.
Yeah.
And through the years, you had to play. That was a standard. If you were playing, but yeah, there's so many. I like Motown stuff. I like
Milt T says, I'm still learning Foggy Mountain Breakdown. Yeah, good luck with that. I've been playing 30 years and I can't do it.
I've played just about every style, every genre of music that you can.
Well, you see various genres you mentioned. See, Metalhead Hippie, Metalhead Hippie asks, what's Dad's favorite metal jam or song? I think the closest you ever ventured towards metal would have been Steppenwolf.
Well, that's like rock, not really metal.
Yeah, they're kind of considered one of the godfathers
Yeah, rock stuff,
of metal.
but metal.
Because it's only a short slope from Steppenwolf to Black Sabbath.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know, because I didn't use any effects really, other than what came with the amp.
Right. All right. How about Southern Metalhead? What's your favorite band or artist? Any genre?
Southern rock.
Yeah, but when you say Southern rock, do you mean Southern rock? Southern rock being Skinner, Allman Brothers. Okay.
That type of.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically rockabilly.
Yeah. Or modern country.
Or country rock, I guess.
Yeah, not the country pop stuff.
Not metal. I'm just not a fan of metal. I'm not a fan of sound as much as music. But just for the sake of sound, to change sound, to distort it or make it sound different for the sake of being different.
There you go. T-Mitz says he always loved Fats Domino too.
Fats Domino.
And he loves Jerry Lee. He's saying, there you go. So yeah, if you love Jerry Lee, you know the Memphis Beat.
Yeah.
Hashtag, can you dig the funk? Yes, we can. What was Dad's favorite band to see live? That's from Amanda.
I've answered this question before, and Amanda and I went to a Funk Brothers concert, and the greatest thing about going to see the Funk Brothers, which was the Motown house band, was you never saw that band on TV or in film or anything, so you never really knew their technique to play.
Right.
You can watch just about everybody and see how they're doing things. But the Funk Brothers, you never knew.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to that concert, it justified how I interpreted their music when I played it, because I could see what they were doing.
Right.
And and that was a great experience for me.
It's an interesting question for you. Dan in New Jersey asks, what made your dad go the route of a Tele versus Gibson? When
I was a kid, in elementary school or whatever, all of the rock and roll bands of the day, one of my favorite players from the neighborhood, Ray McCullen was his name. Ashby Road,
for those.
Anyway, Ray played a Tele back in the mid-50s, whatever, and I stopped by another guy that was known as a guitar player, and he had a Strat. He had a Strat, Fender Strat, and he let me play around with it.
Nice.
And I didn't have any money, so I started saving for an organ, which is really what I wanted to play, keyboard. And I got enough money saved to buy a guitar, and I was hoping to get a Fender Mustang. That was the cheapest Fender guitar you could buy, was a Fender Mustang.
Still is one of the cheapest guitars you can buy with that name on it.
And there's little things, and I thought, wow, if I could only afford one of those, and I could never afford one. I had a few other guitars, through the years, and then eventually I wanted a Fender guitar, and I saw this Telecaster at a music store, and decided to buy it. And I had a guitar at the time, and the store owner offered me more than I paid for it. I bought the guitar new,
Right.
and suddenly everybody wanted that guitar, and that store owner offered me more than I paid for it to buy it back.
Yeah.
And so it was a great deal to sell it to him and buy the Telecaster.
Ben Tom asks, are you a fan of Jimmy Bryant and Speedy West?
I'm not there.
Not aware of them.
No, the names, but I can't place what they do.
More modern players, I'm guessing. There's Mel O'Brien. Good to see you, Mel. Mel's over in, I believe, Ireland. Happy Father's Day, dudes. Before we left for Canada when I was 8, my father had a 13-piece orchestra plus 2 singers. Ronnie Scott started with his band. Very cool. There's Mr. Mark Taft.
The love of any musician is to play with the big band. The bigger the band, the better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you always talk about, well, I need at least 7 or 8 instruments, and I need the backup singers over here, maybe 3 or 4 girls over there, and a couple of guys, and you got everything you need. You know,
Mel also says everyone used to play tellies in Toronto when he was there as a teenager.
Yeah. When playing on stage, or even just jamming or whatever, if you're a vocalist and a musician, you always hear the pieces that are not there. You know, if you're singing, you can hear the harmony backup vocals. You know, if I'm sitting in the audience and they don't have backup vocals, I'm singing the backup.
Yeah.
Or playing the fills.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if the band is playing and there's instruments missing, then I'm listening to the music, the instruments that aren't there.
Yep.
You know, thinking, wow,
cool.
This could be a great show.
Mel also says, I sang with Fats Domino on the Juliet show after Hockey Night in Canada.
I hate you.
He was about 11 at the time.
That's all right. He was
nice.
He was a great performer.
Eddie Van Haskell, good to see you, man.
Did an awful lot for New Orleans.
Yes, he did. Everyone's saying, hey, to each other.
It was a sad day.
Eddie Van Haskell. Hey, cool. Ronnie Hawkins is your guest. Sure.
We were talking.
I bet you Doug is just killing himself laughing right now.
Yeah.
Because Doug will do that randomly. I'll send me stuff with Hawk, right?
Sure.
See, your dad promoting this event? Like, what's going on here? Well, see, Eddie, you ground it to a halt, just like that.
Just like that. I'm sorry. I was thinking about the Hawk and wondering how he's doing. You know.
Yeah.
He lives not too far from us.
About an hour and a half.
I don't even know where he lives now. So he sold the farm.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's not in Lakefield anymore.
Maybe they're in senior's apartment or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I should find out. He's a close friend of CW.
We could, yeah.
That's for sure.
There is ways to.
And CW, when he was here, when he lived at our house, we always talked about 2 things. We got to go see Ronnie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Which
eventually he did when he and we have to go see Levon over in New York.
Right.
In Woodstock. And so we never got over there, but he went over there.
Mm-hmm.
And a number of times. And
hey, Charles, no comment, but a $5 donation. Well, ask away if you have any comment.
Thank you so much.
Oh, here we are. Well, sorry, Ben, for lack of context. Jimmy Bryant is a country guitarist from the 50s. Speedy West played lap steel with him. That's where I knew the name Speedy West.
Okay.
He was one of the first, if not the first, endorsee of Fender products.
Yes.
That's where I knew the name.
Right.
So definitely cool. Yes.
I
know that
apologize for not remembering that, but my memory has.
There we go. We got Charles's comment. Dave, this is a great show. Ben isn't doing too bad either. Thanks. Hey, Michael B. Close. He says, Happy Father's Day, Mr. Coombs.
Thank you so much.
I'll let that
Appreciate
one
it.
go.
Repeat it. Ask around. They'll tell you.
Doug is asking, actually, it's Down and Back with Corn Doug, your weekly live podcast of cornhole stuff, actually, and a recorded one as well. Check it out if you're into cornhole, folks.
Motto's in the bag, right?
Yep.
Okay.
He asked, any Hawk stories?
Hawk stories? Maggie has a Hawk story.
She told some on Mother's Day's show.
She and John Prine actually ended up at Hawk's house when he lived in Mississauga, on Mississauga Road. She reminded him of it years later. And the Hawk actually is the reason for me meeting CW back in the early 80s. Very early 80s. About 80, I think. CW came up from Arkansas to play for Ronnie. Ronnie was putting a new Hawks band.
Milt's kids say hey. Hey to Milt's kids. Aaron and Emily.
Hey, kids.
Give your dad a hard time, even though it's Father's Day.
There you go.
Yep.
Great kids.
Yeah, they are, actually.
They are.
Great kids.
Yeah. How the hell did that happen? Anyway.
Yeah. BV.
Sorry, Milt.
Is Dad self-taught by ear, or did he have music education and teacher?
Self-taught by ear, and a lot of friends. I guess never really took lessons formally, but learned, by watching.
Right.
And listening and playing, I guess, but yeah, when you play by ear, you kind of play what you think should be there. It's like singing.
Right.
You sing the notes, you sing the way you think, or like singing harmony.
Yeah. Geez, Mel's killing me here. He used to go to the Hawk's Nest on Yonge Street, jacket and tie only, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Some throwbacks here.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. Let's see here. Dave needs to write a book about his musical and racing adventures. That's why we do this every year. It's a lot easier than writing a book. Right.
Yeah.
Milt's asking, are the Good Brothers still playing?
They are.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The Goods.
I find that kind of funny because they are. But what time is it now? I mean, they are our age, or my age, I guess. So,
Hey, Will Varela.
Mid-70s. They are still playing, and the boys, the sons.
Yeah. They play
Travis
with the
Dallas.
dads, and then they have their own projects as well, which are
big time.
Pretty well known. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. They kind of picked up, come think of it. Notoriety-wise, they kind of followed their dads in many ways. They reached a certain success. It's not like household name, but those who know very much.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, they work a lot.
Yeah, the Sadies. They're a great indie band.
Yeah, the Good Brothers. Maggie, my wife, Maggie, those that don't know, she went to school with the twins, Bruce and Brian. And so, yeah, she's known them all over her life pretty much. And I met them back in the 70s, early 70s, very early. I think they just come back from LA. I met them. We lived in Toronto. And
Janice says she just saw the Father's Day picture on Instagram. Same photo we used for the thumbnail.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's hard to get them on camera, Didn't do a lot of press.
Well, I didn't keep a lot of pictures, and that
Well, it's not like now where everybody's got a camera all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Like you had to go buy film. You had to remember to bring the camera.
Well, Yeah.
Hey, welcome back, Fruitcake Tony. Did Dad ever play a festival with the Grateful Dead?
No. As a matter of fact, I never saw the Grateful Dead play. And they were kind of like country rock type.
Yeah, kind of. I don't even know what you call roots music.
Yeah, sort of.
You know,
and that's fine.
Yeah, there's a huge resurgence of that. Like that seems to be what the younger generation, like I say, the guys that are in their 20s now, they're playing that stuff like what do they call it? Alternative country, roots music.
Yeah.
You know, that John Mellencamp kind of middle of the road.
Yeah.
It's not country, it's not rock, it's just good music. It's just good music.
You know, but
and yes, Will, I did survive skateboarding yesterday.
One of the things that
see a blackjack guitar nut. Have a good one, man.
In playing, you know, you might be into one style while everybody else is doing this over here. You're doing this over here.
Hell, look at when I played with One Day to Live. I didn't care for that music, but it was a gig.
Yeah, so
and they were busy.
There was a lot of music coming down the pipe that you didn't pay attention to.
Yeah,
because you're into this.
You're busy doing that thing.
You know, so. But, and of course, you know, you're doing a lot of other things as well.
Sure. Will never cared for the Grateful Dead.
Well, I thought that, you know,
See,
great band.
It's funny because if somebody younger than me says, "Oh, I don't care for the Dead," I was like, "Well, yeah, but you weren't around." Well, Will was around too. Will's your age, so you know, if he says it, then I'm like, "Okay, well, you were there during that whole thing." So, Michael B says, "My daughter wrote her first board tonight. No broken bones." Awesome. Janice says, "I don't either, but I play 5 Grateful Dead songs." Well, that's the thing. You don't even have to be a fan of the band to be a fan of some of their music.
Yeah, right. You know, just make it your own.
Yeah.
Whatever. Hell, I used to play songs. People, I remember I played a Carl Perkins song every week for years. People thought I wrote it. Nobody knew the song.
Nice.
Sometimes you pick up obscure stuff and
excuse me.
You know,
Robot Master Switch says bluegrass is also best live.
Bluegrass is awesome music.
That's it.
Just awesome.
That's the heavy metal of country folk right there. That stuff. Speed metal, thrash metal, all that. You know, everyone's Metallica. I'm like, bluegrass. It's just as fast, but they do it clean.
Yeah.
There's no hiding. No thanks.
No. Not my thing. Sorry.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable trying to perform that stuff live. Unless I'm just picking chords in the back. I want to be the third player just picking chords on a Martin.
I think maybe my acceptance of music was when I was running the local. You know, the Musicians Union local. Because then you have an appreciation for every kind of music there is.
That's the truth.
Every kind of music is the best kind of music there is, and I could listen to it forever and a day.
Sort of like when I was doing sound production. Same thing.
Like Scott Clark.
Yep.
AC/DC. The guy played AC/DC in a cover band, toured up and down the eastern seaboard, and had a great time and all of that. You liked AC/DC.
I still love
until
AC/DC.
you learned how to play it. And then, you know what you said to me? This ain't so bad.
Until I tried to actually learn all the correct way to play it, and all of a sudden, I'm like, holy shit, okay. You know, it's sort of like learning a Chuck Berry song.
There you go.
It sounds easy at first pass, till you got to put in all the little fiddly bits.
Well, yeah.
Or a Rolling Stones song.
Yeah.
Same thing. Oh, it's open G tuning. This should be a piece of cake. Sure.
What was the band we just talked about last night or the night before that tried reproducing what they did in the studio?
Oh, 9 Inch Nails.
9 Inch Nails. Guy plays about 8,000 instruments on stage.
300 plus guitar changes during a set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they did a lot of overdubbing.
Yeah, because there was
in the
up to 3
studio.
guitars used on a single song, so you're swapping from a 6-string to a 7-string to something else in alternate tuning. Yeah, I would not want to be a tech for that. Hey, Adam D, good to see you.
Hey,
Let's see here.
how we doing, Doug? You still out there? There you go, bud.
You're giving away our secrets.
Well, could be in the chat.
Yeah, you could be. Who knows? Let's see. Robot Mass Switch. Heavy metal of country equals bluegrass. I love it. That's it. That's it. Or punk. You know, balls out. You know, let's do 100 BPM.
Maybe.
Mayhem says, plus the beer is always better and colder at a bluegrass concert. Science. Well, actually, they're passing the mason jars around out back. Fruitcake Tony wants you to play a few bars on the cigar box guitar. He doesn't play anymore, though, Fruitcake Tony.
Yeah.
And I think in front of a crowd of musicians.
I'm sorry?
Especially in a crowd of musicians.
Oh, no, it doesn't bother me at all because what the hell? I always used to say, just give it your best shot. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But I have literally not played in years.
See you, Dennis Brio. Have a good one, my man. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you so much.
50 watching, 50 likes, Sandra says. Nice. Hashtag pass the mason jar. Exactly. And again, mason jar is partially responsible how I wandered out, ended up backstage at the Leonard Skinner show.
There you go.
That looks like a nice shortcut. Next thing I know, hey, I'm backstage. Cool.
Well, you could have ended up on stage if you had the rest of the jar.
Temporarily. Then me doing a stage dive and Doug going, no! Let's see. Dave Douglas. Hello. Welcome to the channel.
Hey.
Metallica for me was for my angst, just like CCR could have been for some. I was 12 and 67 for me, 82, 12-year-old. Yeah. Relative times, relative music's for angst. Yep. I agree to that. Ben Coombs auto backstage pass. Yeah, it seems that way at times. I do have a tendency to wander places.
Yeah.
Let's see. Robot Mass Switch says bluegrass people are the stoner doom people after arthritis and sciatica. No, because you can't play that fast with that arthritis.
Well, it's hard.
It is.
It's difficult. That's for sure. I used to do a fair bit of bluegrass.
Yeah, Fruitcake Tony says backstage at Skinner ain't a bad place to be. No, it wasn't until security showed up. Never did find their cooler. Speaking of resemblance between you and your dad, Sammy Hagar's son is a splitting image in voice. Yeah, agreed. Mayhem comes in with the hashtag Moonshine Courage. Oh yeah, love that. Yeah, awesome. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're an hour in. All right, folks, we'll go for another 20 minutes or so here. So keep those questions and comments coming. I see a few of you talking to each other, talking about the Grateful Dead. Some are defending them, some are slagging them. Sure.
Hey,
some just came for the acid.
Everybody has preference, and that's fine. You know, I never cut anybody down.
No, it's art. It's art, not a competition.
Yeah. Just do what you do. Have a good time.
Yep. Exactly. Mel O'Brien asks, is Kim Mitchell still around?
He is.
Yep. I think
we have a cousin named Kim Mitchell.
Do we?
Yeah, female.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Probably has more hair than that Kim Mitchell then.
Yeah, oh, guaranteed. Anyway, yeah, he's just an hour down the road.
Hey,
well, he's in Toronto now, I guess.
We got the mighty Nerd Halen in the house. Mr. Caleb, he says, Happy Father's Day, Papa Coombs.
Thank you so much.
Nerd Halen.
Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there.
Nice.
Indeed.
Very cool. Let's see. Oops.
You know, I've been able to trying to see this ticker tape instead of looking at the camera.
Yeah, that's okay. I usually show off stuff to the microphone. Yeah, that's brilliant. Oh, yeah. I should have Dave take a listen to the Hayseed Dixie Bluegrass covers of AC/DC songs. Hayseed Dixie. There you go. Bluegrass AC/DC covers.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Cousin Kelly says Kim Mitchell was in Edmonton last year. I believe, Mayhem can correct me, I believe we saw Kim Mitchell at Cosmo Music Fest last year. I can never remember who was at which show and that stuff.
One of my favorite bluegrass tunes is called I Can Hear Kentucky Calling Me. Check out that song if you want a nice sound of a song. There are various versions on YouTube, and I love it. That's a great song. It's so smooth.
Hey,
I like the chord changes.
Sean Zimmerman, hello. Doug says Ben likes listening to bluegrass while driving to North Carolina. I do not. Michael Easter tuning in from PEI.
Right there. We have relatives in PEI.
He says he saw Hasty Dixie live, in fact.
Cool.
I have a great story involving a bra and a mandolin over beers. I bet you do. Will Varela asks if you still go to any live music events.
Me?
Yes.
No. I shouldn't say that. Cruise nights sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say, it would be more, if there happens to be live music where he already is.
Show, or, an outdoor event or cruise night or something like that, sometimes they have live music there. And
I still want to put together a little rockabilly trio to do that.
I just find it, I find it difficult, because I love playing so much and I'm not capable. My hands are not. See that? That's not on purpose. I'm so drawn to the stage when I go to a live music event that it just becomes frustrating.
I can understand the same reason I don't go to a lot of live events unless I'm playing.
Sure.
Fruitcake Tony asks, thoughts on Bill Monroe?
Hey, Bill Monroe, I met in Toronto once or twice, I guess, at the festival. Well, what can you say about Bill Monroe? He's kind of like the granddaddy of bluegrass for such a long time.
And that is correct.
One thing that Bill Monroe did was he established a dress code.
Yes, he did.
And a lot of professional bands, when they hire musicians, will do that. They'll say, listen, this is what we're selling. This is our style. So you have to wear this, and you have to act this way and conduct yourself this way. And if you're not interested in doing that, thanks for coming out.
Yep.
And Bill
Marty V
had that attitude and got a lot of respect in the industry for that.
Let's see here. Yeah, welcome Marty V. And Dave Douglas is tuning in from Swift Current, Saskatchewan. Ooh. Go Swift Current Broncos. I think they saw the team.
I've never been there.
I have not either.
But I know people that have.
Yes. Thoughts on Alison Krauss?
What can you say about Alison Krauss? She's got a great voice, great control. She plays, all around vocalist and musician. She's not much of a bass singer.
No, that's true. Let's see here. Will says, I can understand your dad's feelings on wanting to play. When I go to live music events, they usually pay me to not play. LOL.
Well, I'd go for that too.
Yeah. Hey, I'd like to be paid not to play too on occasion, especially just pay me before the load in.
Yeah.
Well, my back is still good.
Well, I remember one gig was for a Friday night and a Saturday. Loaded in on Friday night, and they had double booked. It was in Kingston. And fortunately, or unfortunately, I guess, we had another gig booked for Saturday night. We're playing Friday night and Saturday afternoon, and then coming an hour or so west to play on Saturday night. And we arrived on the scene, loaded in, and the guy says, "Oops." I said, "What? Oops?" He said, "We double booked, and the other band is from Montreal, which is 4 hours down the road. So, and they're here,
Right.
And so they said, if we rebook you, we'll rebook you for another date, and we'll let them play because they're not going home; they're staying overnight anyway." So the response was, "Well, you just pay us for the gig, and we'll go down the road, and you can rebook us if you want or not, whatever." And so they paid us for the gig, and we played there once a month for about 3 years.
Nice.
And we made the other gig quite easily the next day, and it was a lot easier because it was.
Wow, we are quite international tonight. So Marty V's tuning in from the Netherlands.
From the Netherlands.
It's a bit late here, or should I say early. Over here, small gigs and jam sessions are happening again. Awesome. That's great to hear. Still not happening around here yet. Fruitcake Tony asks, and I guess we can throw this one in as a question for Cousin Doug as well. Ben, when's the next planned race trip to North Carolina? I'd love to buy you a Happy Meal and a Budweiser. It's a good question. We'll have to wait and see.
There is no plan.
Yeah, nothing planned right now, unfortunately.
Planned at the present time to go anywhere.
Yeah. Plus, Ben's got to raise some travel money again. Unfortunately, folks, views have been half this month. He and I were discussing last week. Views are down a lot. So, want to do Ben a favor? Go watch a demo that you haven't watched yet and give it a thumbs up, a comment, and watch the ad. That would really help.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd love to get down there for the October race if they have it, since it didn't get down for May. Let's see. Mel Bryan says lots of well-known musicians come to live in West Cork, but they can't handle the pace. Slow.
I was in Concord in 2014.
Oh yeah, and Doug had mentioned that he thought it was an excuse to go to Concord when you mentioned the water pump earlier. He goes, "Oh, we're going to Concord." See, I bet he's perking up.
Ooh.
Yeah. We gotta go.
We were at the drag strip.
Yeah, we gotta go to Doug Carpenter's
with the Hot Rod Power Tour.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun because you showed up about 3 days after we left.
Yeah, but we didn't go to the. We were at the drag strip.
Yeah, but that's right next door.
Yes,
right.
I could hear cars over there.
Sure. Well, that'd be probably Richard Petty driving experience going on or something like that.
Well, he was there.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that because we warned all the locals. Have you had enough Coombses yet? Because we got another one showing up in about 3 days.
There you go.
T-Met73 asked your dad's favorite
amplifier.
Yeah, what was your?
My dear Baldwin.
I don't know if I could show that easily.
It's okay. Before I bought the Telecaster, I needed an amp, and this was an early solid state amp, the mid '60s, 1967,
we talked about this amp the other day on the show, and somebody knew the amp right away.
Yeah, well,
so I thought, man, let me put it up on the chair here for a second.
This the Baldwin Pro was an actual organ amplifier, and I bought it. I liked it because it was solid state, and if anybody out there is a Willie Nelson fan, look at one of his performances and look behind him, because he uses Baldwin Pros exclusively when he can get them. He buys them up.
I'm just going to bend it forward so people can see the top controls a bit.
Anyway, yeah, it's a
2-channel.
She's dusty, but this amplifier, I gigged so much with that, I wore out the on-off switch. Literally, it fell apart on stage one night.
Yep.
I had to hot wire it direct in order to keep going.
3 options: normal, dual, or super sound. And this is the super sound presets.
There you go.
Yes.
Dual Jensens, if I recall.
I can't tell because I just see model numbers
Anyway,
on speakers.
Yeah, the old Baldwin
Any
Pro.
decals are long gone.
Did a lot of gigging, man. A lot of gigging.
It shall be restored at some point.
Many years. And eventually I ended up, I played a vintage PV for a while.
Yeah, PV Classic 30 or 50? 50.
Yeah, and then I switched to
Fender.
I had a Fender Vibralux
Silver face.
for a while. Yeah. And
I need to get back into gigging. That was too heavy.
Played
Jesus. Imagine if it was 2, folks. Jesus. Let's see here. Amanda says, I thought the buttons were candy.
Yeah. Colorful.
That's such a piece of my memories.
But yeah, Willie Nelson uses Baldwin.
Mayhem had asked to see the top.
Versatile amp, just like the Telecaster is a versatile guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't need much of an amp if you play through the PA anyway.
That's true. Robot Mass Switch, do you and your pops like rally racing or drag, truck racing?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything with wheels.
BC Rich says, didn't Baldwin own a ton of guitar brands too at one point?
They did.
Yeah, that's the weird dichotomy because Baldwin owned a bunch and then Baldwin is now owned by Gibson.
Yeah.
Because my Talent is actually a Baldwin.
It is.
Yeah, Gibson,
Yes.
like, because Baldwin is the student division of Gibson now, and then they outsourced the Talent.
Never did any rally racing, drag race for a couple of years.
And happy belated birthday to Will Varela. He had a birthday last
Stock
week.
car racing, did that.
Mm-hmm.
Dirt track, did that. Paved track, did that. Drag racing, as I said.
But the only thing didn't do is open wheel. I don't think I messed with any open wheel stuff either.
No. Bikes with Uncle Lang.
Mm-hmm. Somebody asked how much younger my sister is. That's right. She'll be 42 in 2 weeks from today. Speaking of which, 2 weeks from today, Amanda will be my co-host for her birthday.
Wow. That's exciting.
Yes.
She is a great person.
Are you a Mopar, Chevy, Ford guy?
Yep. Actually, I personally have never owned a Mopar.
Personally, no. Nothing in your name.
My wife has had a number of them,
Yes, she has.
but I personally have never owned a Mopar. And I have owned a Volkswagen squareback sedan, which I bought to sell, but
Sure.
you know, I still owned it.
Sure.
Anyway,
Hey, Dwight
Yeah.
Bailey.
Yeah, Ford.
Hey, Peter DeBad.
Always been a Ford, always been a GM fan.
BC Rich says, that'll be fun. Don't think I've ever heard Amanda live. She's been on a couple of times. She's like, yay, I'm going to be on. Woohoo. You knew. We discussed it.
Yeah, there'll be a cover charge. Did I mention that?
Yeah. Yeah. Pay to play, right?
There you go. She's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I just happened to notice I was booking guests and I realized it was her birthday on a
Amanda
Sunday.
has a great singing voice. I will tell you that.
Yeah, definitely better than me.
She does have a great singing voice.
Nice. It's good to see Peter DeBad in here. He was asking earlier about the show during Pete Thorne's live stream. Nice. Well, we'll go for a few more minutes here, folks. So if you have any last-minute questions, definitely ask away.
Sure. Or comments.
Observations.
Or, you know, like, get rid of the old guy.
Well, yeah, it can be quite perplexing to these guys. You know, the guys that, you know, they got the pedal boards bigger than mine. They got 6 guitars at the gig and 4 amps and all this stuff. And then I say, yeah, you know, you show up with 1 guitar, 1 amp, and a cable. Maybe a backup cable.
In later years, I used a tuner.
Yes. Yes. The tuners that cost more then than they do now. I think that Casio
Back in the
was
day,
a few
you
$100.
just tuned to the keyboard.
Yeah, exactly. Kelly says, I have the best family. I'll have to agree.
Yeah. We are a family, that's for sure. I don't know if we're growing as fast as we used to.
I'm growing more outward than you.
Yeah, well, that, yeah.
Amanda says, I've been on 3 times before. 4 if you count Sam getting your guitar at Christmas. That's great.
Indeed.
Milt, yeah, I'm glad to help out on that. He says, thanks for the info yesterday on a Hagstrom. He said, yeah, random. You know anything about Hagstroms? I'm
sure.
like, indeed I do.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, the guitar player in the first band I was ever in played a Hagstrom.
Hagstrom, yeah.
Gary's asking where you got that awesome hat.
At a tack shop.
Always go to a tack shop.
Yeah.
Hey, Braden?
I think
Krellbar? Or Krellbar?
It's called an Outback. It's an original Outback oilskin Aussie. There you go. What can I say?
There we go.
And I got this one because my wife bought me the wrong size.
Right.
Because I have a big head. And so I took the one that she bought back and I chose this one. And that was...
Doug says, Ben, somehow the outward gene skipped you.
Outward.
Yeah, I'm not quite built like Doug is.
It'll be time.
Yeah, we'll see.
When I was his age, I looked...
No, you did not. When you were 10 years younger than me, maybe, but by the time you were 45?
No, I still...
You think so?
I was still in pretty good shape.
Mid-90s, eh? Doug?
Yep. Yep.
Doug's pleading the fifth, I know it.
Then I started gaining like 10, 15 pounds a year, I guess.
Wilverell says, wait, Dave has more hair than me. Lucky guy. And Doug says, no comment. Because, yeah. See, Doug wants to probably park his trailer next winter. You know, we got all this land, you see.
Yeah, the perfect spot.
Yeah.
With the plug-in on the side of the house.
With the plug-in on the side of the house. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Which I know he was talking about coming down to here. When is that, Doug? In a week or two? You were talking Canada Day, coming down to Presqu'île.
I don't know if there's going to be a Canada Day here. I know the car shows get canceled.
Tom says, I saw that picture of Dave today. Dave is a handsome son of a gun. You can see where I caught my look from, folks. I just let the hair go a lot longer.
After that, things went all to hell.
Last known good photo, right?
There you go. I didn't even take it. It was a fundraising event.
It was. It was a fundraiser day.
Mm-hmm. So,
let's see. You're also a useful source of intelligence on Ben and his misadventures, Amanda. Most of the court records are still under seal. Thanks. don't know if that's a compliment for her or a dig on me, or a bit of both. Nice.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
I really appreciate being here, and I appreciate, at my age, I appreciate being anywhere.
Yes.
But I appreciate all you folks
hanging out in the studio.
Hanging out here and your donations.
Favorite crate engine?
Supporting our favorite crate engine?
Yeah.
350 Chevy, I guess.
Probably.
You know, that's the most, that's like the Telecaster of motors, right?
It is.
Unless, you know, unless you're running a Ford,
yeah,
then
just paying more, 20% more to build the same motor.
Then I just like a, you know, a 302.
Sure.
Nothing, you know.
Charles says, Dave, it really was our pleasure. You guys are great. It's a real seal in Canada game. Nice. See a metalhead hippie? Yes, great answer, 350 Chevy. From Mayhem.
Well, you find them everywhere you go.
Yes.
You know, they're in everything.
Well, definitely. It's been a great time. Doug says it was my pleasure to sit in the wings. Yes, folks, for you're wondering why this is such a nice, clear video tonight, because Doug has been sitting off camera here. You know, I'm not saying anything for sure, but yeah, see, there he is, the whole freaking show. There he is.
Yep.
And then he's gone again. He did that, folks. He's been sitting there for an hour and a half. Just
listening to all this.
Listen to all this malarkey, you know, whatever. So definitely thanks you, everyone that tuned in tonight. Thanks everybody that donated to the channel. Thanks
for your support.
Appreciate it. And if you want to help out on the channel as well, you can become a Patreon.
How about that NASCAR show? What's that all about?
Oh, yeah. You know, speaking of, we talked a lot about racing.
On Wednesday. Right?
Wednesdays at 5:15 p.m. Eastern. Well, you know what? Here. You know what? Hey, Doug, I'm bringing you in on this one because we're talking about the show now. See, there he is. Okay. Co-host of the NAS Canucks podcast featuring myself here and cousin Doug. So every Wednesday, 5:15 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, your set fell apart.
Yep.
It did? Oh, okay. Well, you got a new chair.
Yeah, it's got a new chair, folks.
Hey, whew. Well, I tell you, corporate investment stuff is.
So there we go, folks. Maybe one of the mods can put the NAS Canucks channel in the chat. Please give it a sub. We have a whopping 32 subscribers, and we're averaging about that many views on each show. So, loving it.
If
Thank you, Terry.
Fan.
Wednesday.
Yay! Live,
too. Yes.
I think it'll even be my turn to rant this week. I think I got a feeling.
I think so. Involving an anniversary, perhaps.
I think it is. It would be a what? Third anniversary, fourth anniversary, whatever. But yeah.
We'll look it up.
Have to tune in to see just what that anniversary is.
So there you go, folks. Yeah, exactly. So tune in Wednesday to find out what exactly we're talking about. So I want to.
I don't dye my hair. Because she says I have more gray hair.
You don't dye your hair?
Yeah, Kelly's saying that she might be older, but Doug's grayer.
Oh.
It's because Doug doesn't dye his hair.
Yeah, Doug's a little thin for the dye.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody that tuned in tonight, folks. It's been a real pleasure. I love doing these Father's Day specials, hanging out with Dad here, telling stories and reminiscing about.
You know what's interesting about that?
What?
Somebody else.
I know.
We talk all the time.
Yeah.
You and I.
Yeah, this is welcome.
We sit down like this and we don't know what to say because we said it all
on here
earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so, no rehearsal here, though.
Don't need it.
No script.
Nope.
Just right off the top.
That's the best way to do it.
Thanks very much. Let's hear it for the band. They're quiet. I don't know what they're on, but
they're quiet.
They're quiet. Yes, indeed.
Focus powder, I think.
Yes,
I don't know. So, once again, folks, thanks everybody that tuned in. If you're new, please subscribe. If you haven't already, give it a thumbs up. I flashed up on the page earlier if you want to help the channel as well. There's links down below, Patreon, PayPal. Do appreciate it. Thanks, folks, that watch the ads. I'll be back tomorrow night with another edition of Canucks with Guitars, where it's live Q&A. I'll play some guitars, possibly even in tune. And yes, a special guest, Cousin Doug, according to Mayhem there. That's right.
Maggie says hello.
Maggie says hello. And until then, as always, hold those doors open. Let that guy in ahead of you in traffic. Do good things, and good things will happen to you. Karma is real, because that's Doug. He knows. And so until next time, folks, cheers, rock on. And as Krellbar says, keep your stick on the ice.